UFO sighting in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Sighting date: May 2, 2011. Location: Almaty, Kazakhstan. The UFO footage below was filmed in the vicinity of the country's largest city, Almaty. What makes this UFO sighting remarkable is that the object was seen by at least 5 witnesses. It was also filmed on at least 5 cell phones. A witness gave the following testimony: "I was in the area at 3 p.m., returning home from a relative's house. I saw the UFO and immediately started filming. 5 or maybe 6 passers-by also started filming. It was difficult for me to film without shaking. I believe the object was 5 meters in diameter and hung in the air for about 2 minutes. I filmed for 1 minute, distracted by a girl who asked me what it was. When I turned back to the object, it was already high up and then disappeared." Meanwhile, in Kazakhstan, on the same day, several residents of Astana also filmed a UFO. It was a slowly moving sphere emitting rays. And in Pavlodar, several shocked witnesses saw several UFOs hovering over the city square. This intense alien activity in the region has led many to believe that aliens attached to a secret UFO base under the Black Sea activate their activities in preparation for open contact with humanity. All this happened on November the 14th within the city limits of Almaty, the largest metropolis of Kazakhstan, located in the foothills of the Zalyiski Alatau. Such a show has not been seen for a long time, and the objects themselves are very unusual. At first, people saw 2 clouds in the sky, around which some dots were circling. There were different versions: clouds, helicopters, balloons. But the objects behaved in such a way that all these versions disappeared on their own. The 2 main objects were circling in the sky in a circular trajectory and slowly rotating. The smaller object was flying around the larger one, and either approaching it, or moving nearby. When one of the witnesses began to film what was happening on camera, when zooming in, approaching, it became obvious that these were not clouds, helicopters or balloons. The objects, 2 main ones, were a mass that absorbed smaller objects. And as a result, all the small objects were absorbed, combined, into 2 main ones. Having absorbed all the small objects around them, 2 main objects remained, which began to condense and take on a different shape, a little further from them and higher. The third object is not visible on the video, but compared to the 2 main ones, a small object that is at the same distance from them. In fact, the ongoing UFO observation is a shock for ordinary people, but we must pay tribute to the reaction of eyewitnesses and the cameraman, thanks to whose calmness we can see everything that is happening. Then the UFOs began to slowly pick up speed and go somewhere up. At the same time, eyewitnesses note that the UFOs keep the same distance from each other, and when one object stops, the second one immediately stops. Both UFOs move synchronously. Later, an eyewitness reported, "It was 6 o'clock in the evening. I watched the objects for about 15 minutes. At some point, they moved away and continued to hover. I did not watch them anymore."